there exists a very mysterious and intelligent monstrosity. A monstrosity so rich with knowledge about Givanium, it became obsessed with what could be done with the substance. And that monstrosity is the Surgeon, as it was codenamed when it was first created. Oh wait, it was given a name at one point. The name of the monstrosity is Fuchsia. Wait, no. The name of the monstrosity is Syringin. To say that Syringin changed a lot during development would be an understatement, and I'm here to discuss with you the secrets of our beloved Surgeon. The Garten of Banban cast each have their own detailed story and personality, and that's what makes Garten of Banban unique. Join me on the second episode of the Banban Chronicles, narrated by me, Ty Coker, the voice actor of Bittergiggle, a series where we dedicate each episode to discussing the histories and secrets of a member of the Garten of Banban cast. Garten of Banban 4 served as the introduction to one of the series' most vital characters yet, where if you completed a set of certain tasks, you would gain access to a secret meeting room with a drawing on the wall depicting a strange figure never seen before. And that figure was Syringin, a four-armed, fuchsia-colored, surgeon-like figure whose name consisted of a portmanteau of the words syringe and surgeon. But what if I told you that Syringin's final appearance is the last of many iterations that came before it, and that he looked very different from when he was first sketched? The first iteration of Syringin was first sketched when the Euphoric brothers were playing cards while drawing concepts in a nearby notebook. Liking what they doodled and thinking they could make something bigger of it, they got to work. The result was what you are currently seeing on screen. This is a recently recovered image of Syringin's first iteration. It was at this point that this new character was codenamed the Surgeon. But something was wrong with it. It looked too cute. Sorry, Syringin number 1. The Surgeon was then given 2 more arms to give it more surgical tools, and the location of the mouth was readjusted, thinking it would make it much more intimidating in its 3D version. One of these surgical tools was originally going to be a knife or a scalpel, which was then replaced with the mechanical grabbing hand, as it didn't make sense to not give him any way of grabbing objects. And also to make this new character stand out more, its color was changed from the light blue it originally had to the final fuchsia color it currently possesses. As a result of this new color, it was temporarily given the name Fuchsia, which the name Syringin was later used as a substitute for. And with that, the Syringin in his 2D form we know today was born, where he later finally debuted in his physical form in Garten of Banban 7, with voice actor Ray O'Hare playing his role, who, as a fun little bonus fact, also played the train conductor in the Euphoric Brothers' other game, Human Apocalypse. But going back to Syringin's 2D form, you might notice something strange that was quickly pointed out by many fans when Syringin's mural was first seen by the public. Take 5 seconds to try and see why Syringin looked off compared to all other wall murals of the franchise. Do you see the problem yet? Huh? Do ya? Huh? That's right. Syringin's eyes were brown, and he was the only one of all other characters that was like this. But rest assured, this has nothing to do with lore. It was a simple oversight, and it was fixed in later games. But early concepts and wrong eye colors aside, what if I told you that Syringin's story was originally going to be much different from what it ended up being in Garten of Banban 7? In fact, the entire chapter originally played out completely different from how the final version of Garten of Banban 7 plays out. The story for the chapter, much like most chapters, went through many different scripts. And while most versions of the script have been lost or deleted, one remains intact. In this early version of the script, the overarching goal of the game remained the same. In alliance with Syringin, you entered City Engine in search of Jumbo Josh. But City Engine was very different. The mayor of the city was much more tyrannical, where he ruled over his citizens with an iron fist. He was much more reminiscent of a cult leader than a mayor, but he was still willing to work with the player to achieve his goals despite his hatred for humankind. Instead of the fully lit city you enter in Garten of Banban 7, you instead find yourself limited to a single block, with long walls enclosing what remains of the city. These walls would constantly be banged on by hungry, naughty ones trapped on the outside, unable to enter because of the light. From the balcony in Syringin's office, you would be able to see a faint light in the distance, which Syringin explains belongs to a tower that Jumbo Josh is nearby. The secondary goal of Garten of Banban 7 would have been to try and reach that second tower. But there was a problem. Aside from the tiny part of the city you're trapped in, everywhere was dark, which also meant everywhere else was infested with naughty ones. Through puzzle solving and fighting the notified army one by one, you would slowly but surely restore power to different parts of the city, allowing you to finally reach the tower. It is during these expeditions to try and restore power that the majority of the action took place. The Givanium baby would have been encountered in one of the buildings. The notified Bittergiggle would have been his own mini-game instead of the chase sequence he ended up getting in Garten of Banban 7. Kittysaurus was supposed to have been trapped in a pit that the citizens would have been standing around ceremoniously, where you would help her escape as part of a puzzle. A sequence where you enter a courthouse and Sheriff Toadster judges you for your crimes before the lights go out and the entire building is swarmed with naughty ones. But most interestingly, a crazed Sheriff Toadster was scripted to trap you inside of a grocery store, inside of which you would have had to get a phone to work where you call Syringin for help, after which he sends a loud contraption to scare the crazed sheriff away. Not notified, but crazed. This contraption would dramatically slide towards you through the darkness, which turns out to be a loud mobile power generator. After escaping the grocery store, you would use this generator to play a mini-game where you push the generator into dark blocks of the city. Once activated, it would light up the area temporarily, giving you some time to enter and scavenge the nearby buildings for supplies that would allow you to fix power boxes that would light up the area permanently. But you gotta do it quickly because the generator only stays on for a few minutes, and if it deactivates, the block goes dark again and it would require you to reactivate it again manually. So if it goes dark while you're scavenging in a building, too bad. What you are seeing on the screen right now is an unused location that was meant to be one of those blocks that you restore the power to. There were 3 blocks that this needed to be done for, and when all 3 were successfully done, that's when you finally reach the tower you could see from Syringin's balcony. But once you make it to the tower, you discover that Jumbo Josh is suspiciously nowhere to be seen. Upon returning to Syringin, his true plans are revealed when you return to find him in a scrapped location that was meant to be the city's public park. You find him standing on a platform raised high above ground. This is where the conversation between Syringin and Sir Dadadoo would have originally taken place. And after tricking and trapping Sir Dadadoo with the scepter piece, he gives a villainous speech explaining how he used you to do the hard part and get enough power delivered to the city to get the machine that's trapping Jumbo Josh to work. Before the center of the platform opens and an elevator holding a chained Jumbo Josh is raised from the ground. And this is where the chapter concludes as it was originally meant to end. As with the last Banban Chronicles episode, please do let us know your thoughts about this original version of the script. This sequence of events turned out to be much cooler on paper than it was a playable experience, and that's why this version of the script was scrapped for the most part. But wait, what's that in the distance? Stay tuned for the next episode of the Banban Chronicles, where the secrets and history of another character will be revealed. Comment down below which character you want to learn more about next, and say it with me, keep on Banbanning!